Hello, Abel.
Hello. Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Abel. Anything new today?
Yes.
So, what happened?
Oh, I'm sick. Get a
Oh,
cold.
oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But are you ready for the class?
Yes.
Very good. Is your book already open?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right. So let us now continue. Oh, first, I will give you 1 minute to review your answer and we will check right after, okay? For the word in context. All right?
Okay.
Okay. So let us check, Abel.
Okay.
Okay. So kindly read with your answer.
A business budget focuses on future profits and future capital requirements. A budget can help the business owner determine the amount of profit the business is expected to make, the amount of sales it will take to reach a goal, and what level of expenses are attached to those sales. A business establishes a target, a goal to work toward. A business forecasts the sales that will be needed to reach this target. Project planning is part of overall business planning. When creating a projected income statement, a business owner tries to determine how to reach the realistic target. The annual profit must be sufficient to yield the owner a return for his or her time spent operating the business plus a return on the investment. The owner's target income is the sum of a reasonable salary for the time spent running the business and a normal return on the amount invested in the firm. After projecting income needed, the business owner have to translate the target profit into a net sales figure for the forecast period. The owner has to determine whether this sales swap is realistic. One useful technique is to break down required annual sales into a daily sales figure to get a better perspective of the sales required to yield the annual profit. At this stage in the financial plan, the owner should create a detailed picture of the firm's expected operating expenses. Many books and business organizations give typical operating statistic data based on a percentage of net sales. The business accountant can help assign dollar values to an anticipant expenses
Anticipated.
or anticipated. Developing a project income statement is an important part of any financial plan, as the process forces the business owner to examine the firm's future profit, profitability.
Profitability.
uh, Profitability
Okay, you say technique.
technique,
Organizations.
organizations,
Percentage.
percentage,
Anticipated.
anticipated,
Profitability.
pro- profitability.
Very good. Do you have questions before we proceed?
No.
Okay, so let us proceed to word family. Kindly read all of these.
Okay. Desire, verb. Our manager is trying to predict how many customers will desire our product over the next quarter. Desire, now. Her desire for greater control of the business led her to discuss her need for more information with her accountant. Desirable, desirable adjective. The category summary, while desirable, was time-consuming to prepare. Detail, verb. The job description details all the duties of this position. Detail, noun. The budget report needs to be accurate down to the last detail. Detailed, adjective. The director asked for a detailed description of our meeting. Project, verb. The budget summary helped us project our expenditure
Teachers.
for the
Expenditures.
expenditures for the year. Project, now. The financial project was time-consuming and challenging. Projection, now. Murray's projections for the upcoming fi-
Fiscal. Fiscal.
fiscal year were not as helpful as we had hoped. Realize, verb. The plan helps her realize her dream of having the business turn a profit. Reality, noun. The financial statement reinforced the reality that our business is in deep trouble. Realistic, adjective. The accountant needs realistic numbers on which to base his plan. Translate, verb. The computer was able to translate data from the Create spreadsheet into the spreadsheet program I preferred. Translation, Now, the translation of the document was provided at no charge. Translatable adjective. The data was not translatable between programs and had to be entered by hand, which took hours. Type. Now, this type of business requires a lot of startup money. Typical adjective. Part of a category summary is defining the expenses that are typical of the business in question. Typically, adverb. Typically, we finished preparing the budget just in time to meet the deadline.
Okay, kindly say expenditures,
Expenditures.
fiscal,
Fiscal.
created,
Created.
spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet.
Okay, so let us now proceed to listening comprehension. So, part one, photos. Look at the picture and listen to the sentences. So, choose the sentence that best describes the picture. All right. So, what do you
Okay.
think is the answer for number one?
Mm, A.
Kindly read.
This orchard yields a lot of fruit.
Very good. So, part two, question and response. Listen to the question and three responses. Choose the response that best answers the questions. Okay, so question number two, what is our projected income for next year?
Um, mm, mm, mm. What is our project income? Uh, a, a, what is our project income? A, ma,
Are you sure? So,
what is our project?
projected income for next year.
What is populated percentage? A. We expect several projects to come in.
Okay, in fact, the correct answer is letter C.
What is our project?
The question is, what is our projected income for next year? So it'll probably be slightly higher than this year. Okay? Understand the question.
No. What is our project? What?
What? So meaning, what is our projected income for next year? So the correct answer is letter C. It'll be slightly higher,
Oh, okay.
okay, than
Yes.
this year. All right?
Okay.
Okay. So the correct answer is letter C. And question number three, Abel, is this an accurate translation of the statement?
C.
Okay. Your answer is C, correct?
Is A.
Are you
A.
sure?
Yes.
Okay. So, yes, the translator did an excellent job. Okay.
Okay.
So, let us proceed to part three, conversation. Listen to the dialogue, then read each question and choose the best answer. So, what is the woman doing?
Mm, B. Preparing a financial statement.
Very good. And let me just put a check mark. Number five, when does she want to have this finished?
C. By the end of the week.
Very good. So, what does the man offer to do?
Mm, C. Solve her financial problems.
Let us read. I'm developing a projected financial statement for my business. I'll use it to see what kind of profits I can expect to yield this year. That's great. It'll also help you forecast periods where you might have financial problems. Yes, I'm sure it will be worth the effort for several reasons. I hope to have it finished soon, by the end of this week, in fact. I'm sure you'll have no problem with that. If you like, I can look over the details when it's finished and check your calculations and make any necessary corrections. So, the correct answer is
D.
okay. All right. So far, part four talk. Listen to the talk, then read each question and choose the best answer. Who is this talk directed at?
Mm, Financial advisors.
We'll read. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Many small businesses fail because of poor financial advice. Remember, a small business is no different from a large company in that financial planning is the key to success. Therefore, creating a project financial statement is the first and most important step one should take when starting up a small business. It is realistic to expect your small business to become profitable during its first 5 years, but typically not during the first year. With this in mind, you can set reasonable targets and project expenses for the first year or two of your business. This will help you know what funds you need to raise in order to get and keep your business going. So the correct answer, who is this talk directed at?
Small business owners. C.
Okay. The correct answer is large companies.
Who is the talk
Understand
direct?
the question, Abel. Who is
Oh,
this talk directed at? Okay.
direct.
Who is this talk directed at? So, for the first sentence, many small businesses fail because of poor financial advice. Okay, so it means that they're talking about or they are referring about the large companies. Okay, so it's directed,
Okay.
their talk is directed or they're pointing out the large companies. Okay,
Okay.
all right. So, when does a business typically become profitable?
During the first 5 years.
We'll see. When does a business typically become profitable? So here, it is realistic to expect your small business to become profitable during its first 5 years. So that's after 5 years. You will be able to see. The question is, when does a business typically become profitable? So that's after 5 years. Because it says here that during, okay? So during its first 5 years, but typically not during the first year. So it's after 5 years. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, according to the speaker, what is the first step to take when starting a small business?
B. Write a financial statement.
Very good. Do you have questions, Abel?
No.
Okay. Let us proceed to reading. So, choose the word that best completes the sentence. Read number 10 with your answer, okay?
Okay. Before we begin, I think we should all focus on the desired outcome of this effort.
Very good. Number 11.
The accountant can review all the details of the financial statement with you.
Okay. Number 12, kindly read.
The project figures for the next quarter will not be available until a week from tomorrow.
Okay. So the correct answer is letter B, projected. The projected figures for the next quarter will not be available until a week from tomorrow. So projected means it is already planned for the future or calculated based on information already known. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So number 13, kindly read.
The projected financial statement demonstrate to Susan that her business had a realistic chance of increasing its profit over the next 2 quarters.
Okay, thank you so much. Number 14, kindly read.
To create our financial strategy, our consultant took the experiences of similar business and translated relevant outcomes to our situation.
Relevant.
Uh,
Relevant.
really relevant.
Okay. So number 15.
Mm, Our business experienced a typical fall in profits during the third quarter of the year.
Okay, thank you. So part 6, text completion. All right. Choose the word or phrase that best completes the sentence. So read this one with your answers, okay?
Okay, as you know, our quarterly planning meeting will take place in 2 weeks. I want to let you know some of the topics that will be discussed to give you a chance to prepare. First, the overall economic situation in the country looks very good for the coming year. Economists forecast an increase in consumer spending, especially in our sector. Therefore, we should look into increasing production. I believe that a 15% increase by the end of the year is a realistic target. Second, since the company plans to increase sales overseas, we will need to hire several translators. We will need to discuss how many we need and which language should have priority. These are the most important topics for the meeting. If anyone desires to put a special item on the meeting agenda, please let me know by the beginning of next week.
Okay, you say economic
Economic
sector,
sector,
languages.
languages.
Okay, thank you. So, part 7, reading comprehension. Kindly read this one, Abel.
Okay. Do you have a sound financial plan for your small business? You should. The majority of small business fail during the first 5 years, typically because they have not made realistic financial plans. A new business owner may start out with the necessary funds, a qualified staff and office space and equipment. These things may not save the business from disaster. However, if the business owner hasn't set realistic targets and made plans to reach them, everyone who contemplates starting a new business should sit down and write out all the details of a financial plan before doing anything else. Have you seen the attached article on financial planning? It appeared in this week's issue of Small Business Owner magazine. It has given me a new perspective on things. I can't believe we have already been running our business for 6 months, but we still haven't sat down together to write out a financial plan. Overall, I believe our business is doing well, and we certainly have enough clients. But I now understand that our future success depends on having a good financial plan. We need to project our earnings for the next year and set financial targets. We should get to work on this right away. Can we meet tomorrow afternoon? 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is a good time for me. Let me know soon.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Kindly say staff,
Staff.
contemplates,
Contemplates.
attached,
Attached.
clients.
Clients.
Very good. So, according to the article, why do most small businesses fail?
A lack of financial planning.
So, lack of financial planning. You say lack.
Lack.
Okay. So, why did Matthew write the email message?
C. She wants to make a financial plan.
He wants.
He wants to make a financial plan.
Okay. So when does Matthew want to meet with Shirley?
A tomorrow.
Okay. And the word typically in line 3 of the article is closest in meaning to.
B usually.
Okay. And number 23, the word perspective in line 4 of the email is closest in meaning to.
D a view.
Very good. Thank you so much. Do you have question, Abel?
No.
Okay, kindly open Unit 26.
Okay.
So, Unit 26. It's all about property and
D.
departments. Okay.
Okay.
So, kindly read the word back.
Adjacent.
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 Very good.
Adjacent. Color. Collaboration.
Collaboration.
Uh, Collaboration. Collaboration. Concentrate. Contrastive. Disruption. Hamper. Inconsiderately. Lobby. Move up. Open to. Opt. The scrutiny.
Okay. So kindly read all of this.
Okay. Adjacent. Adjective. Next to. My office is adjacent to the receptionist area on the third floor. The office manager found it very efficient to have the copier adjacent to the mail room. Collaboration. Now, the act of working with someone. The manager had never seen such effective collaboration between two groups. We believe that it was our collaboration that enabled us to achieve some favorable results.
Favorable.
Oh, favorable.
Favorable.
Oh, favorable.
Very good.
Concentrate. Verb. To focus. To think about. In his quiet. In his quiet corner office, the manager could finally concentrate and finish her work. We should concentrate our efforts on the last quarter of the year. Conducive.
Conducive.
Conducive. Adjective. Contributing to. Leading to. The new office arrangement is much more conducive to work than the dark, depressing space the company had before. Arranging chairs so that participants can see each other easily is conducive to open communication. Disruption. Now, interruption, disturbance.
Disturbance.
Disturbance. If there are no disruptions, the office renovations will be finished this week. The strike caused a disruption in production at the factory. Hamper, verb, to impede or
Interfere.
interfere. When the weight of the freezing rain broke the telephone lines, the telemarketers' jobs were seriously hampered. Ham- hampered. The
Hampered.
hampered. The lack of supplies hampered our ability to finish on schedule. Inconsiderately, adverb, rudely, impolitely. The manager inconsiderately scheduled the meeting for that Friday afternoon. Mr. Peterson inconsiderately disputed the meeting by asking a lot of irrelevant questions. Lobby, now, an anteroom, foyer, or waiting room. The salesperson waited in the busy lobby for the buyer to see him. The reception
Reception.
the reception area was moved from the lobby of the building to the third floor. Move up, verb, to advance, improve position. As the employee moved up the corporate ladder, she never forgot where she started. In order to move up in the company, employees had to demonstrate their loyalty. Open to, adjective. Receptive to, vulnerable, vulner,
Receptive
oh,
to. Vulnerable.
oh, vulnerable,
Vulnerable.
oh, vulnerable,
Very good.
vulnerable. What I valued most in my previous supervisor was that she has always open to ideas and suggestions. Since the junior executive was still on probation, he
Probation.
uh, probation, she was open to
He.
much. He was open to much scrutiny and criti-
Season.
criticism, criticism,
Criticism.
or criticism. Opt, verb, to choose, to decide on. The operations manager opted for the less expensive office design. If Mary opts to join that department, you will be working together. Scrutiny, now, close, careful examination. After a great deal of scrutiny, The manager decided that the employee's work had improved considerably. Jim left his old job because he found it difficult to work under the close scrutiny of his boss.
Okay, thank you. So kindly say adjacent.
Adjacent,
Adjacent.
adjacent,
Collaboration.
collaboration,
Favorable.
favorable,
Quiet.
quiet,
His.
quiet,
His.
or his.
Okay. Disturbance.
Disturbance,
Interfere.
interfere,
Hampered.
hampered,
Lack.
lack,
Peterson.
Peterson,
Inconsiderately.
inconsiderately,
Irrelevant.
irre- irrelevant,
Reception.
reception,
Vulnerable.
vulnerable,
Vulnerable.
or vulnerable,
Probation.
probation,
Criticism.
criticism.
Okay. So let us. Oh, do you have questions?
Yes.
What's your question?
What? Do you have no, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. So let us now proceed to the word in context. I will give you 1 minute to review your answer and then we will check.
Okay.
Okay, let us now check.
Okay.
Kindly read with your answer.
The layout of any office has an important influence on the atmosphere and operations in the company. The shipping department most likely will not be located next to the customer service department. The noise would be too disruptive. Likewise, locating a kitchen adjacent to the lobby would be hampered for office visitors and clients. The, the marketing department is often situated close to the sales department due to their necessary collaboration.
Collaboration.
Collaboration. Employee productivity may be moved up or improved by the arrangement of workers and departments. Employee vie for corner office as they scrutinized the corporate ladder. They want to be accessible to top manager, but not so close that everything that they do is inconsiderate. At the same time, many companies are opting for open workspace versus traditional offices. Open spaces are more conducive to team projects where employees interact freely. However, some employees feel that such an environment makes it difficult to concentrate. Employees know under which conditions they work the best. If employers are willing to listen and are open to suggestions, they can take advantage of office space and help employees to realize their full potential.
Do you have questions, Abel?
Mm, no?
Okay. So for word family, kindly read
Okay. Collab- uh,
collaborate,
collaborate. Verb. If we collaborate on this project, you will be sure to receive credit. Collaboration. Now, collaboration mm, often brings about results that no one could have predicted. Collabor- collaborative
collaborative,
or collaborative. Adjective. The new project is a collaborative effort among several departments. Concentrate. Verb. Some people find it difficult to concentrate when there is a lot of noise and activity around them. Concentration. Noun. The concentration of a large percentage of the company's funds in just a few areas left several departments
underfunded,
underfunded. Concentrated adjective. With some concentrated effort, we should be able to finish this work by the deadline. Disrupt verb. Try not to disrupt the meeting being held in the sales department. Disruption now. I'm sorry for the disruption, but this phone call is very important. Disruptive adjective. Having to temporarily move the office proved to be very disruptive and the sales decreased during that quarter. Inconsiderateness. Now, the inconsiderateness of many of the customers caused several employees to quit their jobs. Inconsiderate adjective. Would it be inconsiderate to ask to use your office while you are away? Inconsiderately adverb. John inconsiderately looked through his coworker's mail before putting it on his desk. Opt. Verb. When we moved office, I opted for the one without a window. Option. Noun. Presented with several options, we chose the one that required the least amount of effort. Optional. Adjective. Attendance at tomorrow's meeting is optional for the people working in this department. Scrutinize. Verb. The auditor carefully scrutinized the financial records. Scrutiny. Noun. Employees under constant scrutiny tend to perform worse than those employees who have more freedom. Inscrutable. Adjective. You can never tell what she is thinking, since her facial expressions are inscrutable.
You say inscrutable.
Inscrutable.
Okay. Say underfunded.
Underfunded.
Offices.
Offices.
Decreased.
Decreased.
Okay. So for listening comprehension, look at the picture and listen to the sentences. Choose the sentence that best describes the picture. So, what will be your answer for number one?
C.
Okay, let us check. So, your answer for number one is C.
C.
They're concentrating on the pathway. Perhaps the
Yes.
correct is they're scrutinizing the drawings. Okay? Do you know what pathway is?
No.
Okay. When you say pathway, I will paste this one. So this is just an example of a pathway. This one. So that's a pathway. Okay.
Oh, pathway. Okay.
So number two.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
yes.
so they are concentrating on the pathway means they work on the pathway.
But the uh, instruction is look at the picture. Listen to the sentences. So choose the sentence that best describe the picture. So what
Uh,
are they doing? So they are scrutinizing the drawings, right?
yes.
Okay.
I just want to know the sentence means
Okay.
concentrating on the pathway is means working
Yes,
on
working on
the.
the pathway.
Oh, okay.
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 All right. So part 2, question and response, Abel. Question number 2. Where is your new office?
A
Very good.
is adjacent to the lobby.
All right. And number 3, is your boss open to new ideas?
C, yes, she always listens